So guys, CJ Kid 1231 back here again with another album review. This time we're going to be reviewing Lil Durk Love Songs for the Streets Part 2 that came out a while ago. Now I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit older, so I don't really ever listen to like drill or trap music like that. So this is actually the first, not the first one that I've heard in full, because I actually was trying to review albums earlier in the year. So I kind of knew what to expect, especially with a name like Lil Durk. But anyway, I decided to like open up my hip hop palette a little bit more instead of just the lyrical miracle stuff or the conscious stuff, like a lot of people would say. So yeah, expect some of these trap drill artists to be reviewed on this channel too. But let's start off with this. So yeah, this is my first time ever even hearing about this guy, Lil Durk. Well, let me put some respect, because he has been out since at least 2015, from what the wiki says. But it's my first time ever hearing him, as far as like looking what came out and then trying to look what he has now that came out as of recent to kind of go and review it. And I have to say, it's very trappy and drillish, and the album is basically about life on the streets, essentially, which is why it's called Love Songs for the Streets. It's in the title itself. But what I mean by that is, like, almost every single song is about him getting money, blasting at somebody, that's basically majority of the tracks. And I mean, there are some different things sprinkled in there. Like, there's a love song, or at least something for the ladies, at least, and it's actually one of my favorite tracks on the album. There's songs about betrayal, and but yeah, for the majority of it, it's like a very aggressive street album, drillish, trappy. So I mean, the lyrics aren't like anything special. Like, you're not gonna go in here expecting like some AC Alone or Mike and I or anything like that, But I could understand why younger kids or like anyone, because this guy, because Lil Durk is actually my age. Well, no, I'm 27, he's 26, but we were both born in '92, so he's not that far away from me. But I can understand why kids, I guess people my age and maybe a little bit younger might like this, because the thing is, the beauty about trap and drill music is the fact that, yeah, it could be a lot about violence and it sounds like one long song most of the projects, but what they do master is the melody and the hooks, the way they incorporate the singing in it. It's some really, really good stuff. Some really, really, I don't want to say powerful shit. It's powerful in the sense that it kind of like hypnotizes you into just loving it because it's that good. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a bad way either. I mean, like, you're just attracted. You want to sing it. You want to say all that. But we'll get more into that. So yeah, so that's to me what kind of drill music and trap music, and basically what this album basically does is it trades all the super lyrical, miracle, intricate bar stuff, and it kind of basically trades it in for melodies and hooks, which I guess isn't a bad thing, Let me see, what is it? I'm looking at notes, by the way, guys, as I usually do. It does have some standouts. I mean, I do have favorite tracks. I mean, this album, I think, has like, what, 15, 16 tracks? I could be wrong. I want to say one thing, though. One thing to know is that all the features on the album basically outshine the artist. So Lil Durk does get outshined by his features. People that are featured on this album is King Von, never heard of him. 21 Savage, I've heard of him. A Boogie with the Hoodie, I've heard of him. Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill, and Key Glock, I never heard of him. I don't really listen to 21 or A Boogie with the Hoodie's music that much. Nicki Minaj here, so Meek Mill when he has something interesting to say. So yeah, so you could tell that just going into this, I really don't even listen to trap or drill like that at all. And excuse me, I have like a sinus infection. Not even infection, but it's like that time of year, fall and spring, I get stuffy. But yeah, so as I was saying, essentially, yeah, the features kind of outshine him. I mean, he does have his high points on his own, but yeah, like I said, at certain points in some tracks, especially the way it's sequenced. Like for example, the first beginning part of the album, I'd say like maybe the first 5, 7 tracks, all sound like it could be like one whole long song. So it does kind of get tiring after a while. But I mean, after revisiting it for like the third time, like before recording this video, something kind of came to me. But we'll get to that part. Let me see. At one point, I think it's the last track, which is the self-titled track for the album. Basically, there's a sound in there where he basically uses a Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, however you come to notice that anime, whatever you want to call it. Some people call it Dragon Ball, some people call it Dragon Ball Z, but he uses a key charging sound effect from that show as part of the beat. I thought that was pretty cool because I'm a big Dragon Ball fan myself. So, Proud of You. I'm not going into the favorite tracks. These are tracks that I'm talking about. And if I'm talking about them now, it's because they're not in the favorite tracks list. But Proud of You there's part of the song in Proud of You that does sound like a drill trap version of a Mega Man 8 stage. For any of you guys that played Mega Man 8, you might get what I'm saying, you might not, but then again, it's just me. It's just my weird interpretation of it. And the next track, Locked Up, this track, actually, what I'm about to say could really go for this whole album. Because, yeah, people might look at me and be like, okay, well, you're saying that this album sounds like one whole long song and it's all about guns and shooting and all that and everything, but I'm pretty sure some people will come back at me and say, well, I'm pretty sure you like Mobb Deep and The Infamous and all that stuff, and that's all they talk about. Well, the difference is that, yes, you're absolutely right. The Infamous, for example, it's really about street life and then beating guys up and survival in it. But I think what the difference is that each track doesn't sound like the last, at least instrumental wise, like production wise. You know what I mean? Different samples, different. I don't want to go that far and say different kicks and snares. But there's definitely different snares, I think. But there's more creativity put into the production, and the flows aren't always the same. And they did different things. Like one will be about, just barring you out about murders. Another track on the album will be about like storytelling and all that. Whereas this, it's just like the same thing. All the beats kind of sound almost the same, and he's talking about the same shit. Like, you guys hating on me, hating on me. Your chick is with me, or this chick I was messing with, she turned out to be a bitch, and now I was trying to F the other guy, and I'm not gonna make it seem like this whole thing is, I'm not gonna make it seem like this whole album is basically ignorance. There are some heartfelt, what he's saying in some of these songs are very heartfelt. Like, he speaks about growing up in the streets, and one of the tracks I don't specifically remember, where he basically talks about he was, growing up in the streets and he had to look out for himself, and he said how his cousin his life got lost in the streets, and how your friends could betray you at any moment once you get something and make something of yourself. So yeah, it's not all ignorance, but at the same time, he is speaking about, some of them in an ignorant manner, but then again, that's just the life of the streets, because he's from Chicago, so I mean, I know I'm all over the place, but it's just that I just reviewed it for the third time and I'm trying to get all of this out. But yeah, at the end of the day, for what it is, like the drill, trap, whatever you want to kind of categorize this album as, it does its job, I guess. I mean, it's not for me, but I'm not going to sit here and say it's trash. It does have some standout stuff that I do like from it that I will revisit. For example, let's go to the favorite tracks now, like we usually do. Out of 16, I only have 4. Which I guess is not surprising to me, because I don't really listen to this type of music, but again, it's not completely garbage. Any young kid my age or younger, if they love this, I'm not even going to argue with you. I understand why. It's very, very grabbing. Especially if you're a genre of this form of hip-hop, trap and drill. Like, it's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but again, it's just not for me. But it doesn't mean that it's trash or anything. Like, it does have its values. Like Die Slow, probably has the best aggressive track on the whole album. Boom, 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 boom. I love that shit. And Savage, I like the way that 21 Savage comes in and he's just like, his flow is more of a I don't give a fuck. I know I'm nice, so I'm gonna just, flow however I'm gonna flow. And I'm gonna just talk to you. I'm gonna talk about what's going on. I'm gonna talk about what I'm gonna do to you. I'm gonna just talk my shit just in my regular talking. It's so effortless voice. Like, I love his flow on that shit. I mean, I'm not saying that he's like the best lyricist or anything. It's just that he comes off with that confidence, and I think that it's just cool. It's cool that trap drill artist has that style. Like, I think that's interesting. Rebellious, the production and the hook is top notch. So that grabbed me immediately. Extravagant is probably, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably my favorite track on the whole damn album. Everything about this track is amazing. The production, Nicki Minaj's feature, I'm sorry, I don't know if I pronounced her name correct. And even Lil Durk did mad good on this. Like, everything about this track is amazing. Like, it's really that good. Like, I would go back and revisit this and download it. I'll probably download the track and replay it, but that track is excellent. I didn't even think I would like it that much, but it's just that grabbing. It just works on so many levels. And then finally, Weirdo Hoes. Weirdo Hoes, like, I think it's a track about the first verse. I really just like it because he calls fucking dudes Tatiana. It's just funny. But I like the first verse is about him, about this chick who I guess was trying to play him and betray him, and she's telling all of his business to her man on the side, and then from that point on, after he gets and digs into her, for like the rest of the half of first verse and the second verse is him talking about how he's gonna beat up this dude and how this guy's fronting and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, all in all, I do think that this album or mixtape, whatever you want to consider it, I think it's a mixtape, but I'm gonna consider it just a regular project. I really do think that for what it is, it's great. I mean, it's not super amazing. Again, like I said, there's some points where it does get repetitive. But for the key things that it does have, like those standout tracks that I just listed, I think it's worth a listen if you're a fan of that genre of hip-hop. You know what I mean? If you love, like, if you like guys like Chief Keef or Trippie Redd, or I'm guessing A Boogie with the Hoodie, or any of those type of artists, then you're definitely, this is gonna give you your fill, I guess. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, Lil Durk, love songs for the streets too. It's great. It's not amazing. It's not like that Common album, like I was praising Common before. No, it's not that at all. But for what it is, it's great. So if I had to give it a rating from like 0 out of 5, it'd probably be somewhere between a 2.5 and a 3. I'll give it a 3. I'm giving it a 3. A 3 because the production and the melody on here is great. He has 4 standout tracks out of 16. It's not really that good on a 16 track thing, but I think what makes up for it and what gives it a 3 instead of a 2.5 is that the melodies and hooks are pretty good on this. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of in the middle. It's in the middle. And that's coming from a guy who's been listening to like authentic, I don't want to even say authentic, but just like more lyrical and depth conscious content type hip hop for his whole life. And if me diving into here, not really being a fan of this genre of hip hop and liking it as much as I did coming out after reviewing it for 3 times, then it has to be worth something. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm gonna give this album. A 3 out of 5. Now I'm gonna continue with these album reviews, and I think I'm gonna post one a little bit after this one because unfortunately my phone, the way it is when I record one video, it usually takes up a lot of memory, so I have to like basically upload this video and then wait until this video is done uploading, which could take like anywhere from 4 to 5 hours. And then I'm able to upload the other one. So as I'm uploading this, I already probably have 3 videos recorded, but I have to like wait in periods of time. So,
Anywho, guys, this is CJ Kid 123. I know I'm just rambling on right now, but CJ Kid 123. I'm about to sign out. If you like it, you can like, comment, subscribe. Only if you feel that what I'm doing is worth the subscription. Remember, subscriptions are not asked for; they're earned. Okay, guys. Remember, you gotta earn stuff. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to earn your subscription, earn your trust. You know what I mean? And with that being said, these hip hop albums will continue. The reviews of them. Um, Friday 13th Part 3 might come out either next week or the week after. You know, some things that pop up I'm going to have to take care of first. I am definitely going to plan on uploading a Super Street Fighter 2 gameplay review. And I guess I just have to see the next video then, the next review. Until then, guys, love you, be safe, and as always, hope you enjoyed the video, and peace out.